I moved to Kentucky 2 years ago for work. Before that, I lived in another state my whole life. So Kentucky was new to me. The roads, the people, even the atmosphere felt different. My friend came down to visit me when I settled in, and one evening, he asked me a question that changed everything. Why do people say Waverly Hills is haunted? I told him the same story locals told me. Waverly Hills wasn't just a hospital. It was a tuberculosis sanatorium where thousands of people died. But the creepiest part is room 502. People believe a young nurse working there became pregnant by one of the doctors. Instead of helping her, he abandoned her, humiliated her, and in her despair, she took her own life in room 502, hanging herself near the window. Since then, workers and trespassers claim to hear footsteps, crying, and doors closing on their own. Not ghosts, just things that make too much sense inside a place with so much pain. My friend didn't believe any of it. So one evening, when the sun had just started to set, those last orange rays cutting through the trees, we decided to drive there and see it for ourselves. The drive up the hill felt unreal. The sun was low, deep orange, lighting the abandoned sanatorium from the side, so it looked half alive, half dead. We parked near the front and stepped out. The building is massive in person. Long stretches of windows, most broken, looking down like hollow eyes. As the last sunlight faded, the shadows stretched across the ground like long fingers. My friend said, "We have some light left, let's go inside." I still don't know why I agreed. Entering the building, the entrance door was half open, not broken, just open enough that it felt like someone had been there recently. We stepped inside. The air changed instantly. Cold, still, thick. Dust floated like ash in the remaining sunlight. No graffiti, no trash, just long, empty hallways that looked frozen in time. As we walked deeper, the sound of our footsteps echoed too loudly, like the building was listening. We passed rooms with rusted metal beds and old cabinets. Some had peeling walls, some had claw marks, human height, which didn't make sense. There were no signs of animals living there, just emptiness. We reached a hallway with broken windows on one side. That's when it happened. A soft, rhythmic tapping sound. Not random, not wind. It sounded like someone tapping knuckles on metal. Tap, 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 tap. We froze. My friend whispered, "Someone's inside." But the tapping stopped instantly, like whoever was making the sound realized we heard them. We waited. Silence. We kept walking. When we turned the next corner, we entered one of the larger rooms, another stretch of hallway, open on the left, rusted doors on the right. That's when we heard it. A woman crying, soft, broken, coming from one of the rooms near the end of the hallway. My friend looked at me, shook his head. "No way that's real, no way." But the crying wasn't ghostly, no echo, no distortion. It sounded like a real woman in real pain, someone trying to stay quiet, but failing. We stood there listening. Then the crying stopped, completely. The silence after it felt like someone was holding their breath in the dark. My friend whispered, "Room 502 is on this floor." We didn't want to go closer, but the hallway suddenly felt wrong, like staying still was worse than moving. As we turned back toward the entrance, we passed an old row of metal lockers leaning sideways against a wall. Then one of them moved, not violently, not falling, just a gentle scrape. Skrrr, like someone pushed it with their fingertips. My friend grabbed my arm. Run. We didn't argue. We ran toward the entrance. The hallway shifted as we ran. The hallway didn't look the same anymore. Not dramatically changed, but just wrong. A doorway we passed earlier was now slightly open. Another hallway that was dark earlier now had faint light, like something was shining from inside. We didn't stop. But as we reached the main entrance hall, we heard footsteps behind us. Slow, heavy, following, not running, just walking toward us. Confidently, my friend whispered, "Don't turn around." I didn't. We pushed through the open door and into the fading sunlight. Outside never felt so safe. We got in the car and drove down the hill. Neither of us spoke. When we reached the main road, my friend finally said, when we were inside, someone whispered behind me. Not loud, just enough to feel breath on my ear. I asked what it said. He swallowed hard. It said, "Stay." He wasn't lying. He looked pale, shaken, like he left a piece of himself inside that building. It's been months since that night. I haven't gone back. Neither has he. People say Waverly Hills is haunted because of the old stories. The TB patients, the nurse in room 502. But the truth is simpler. There are places in this world where pain doesn't leave, where memories don't fade, where silence has weight and footsteps have purpose. Waverly Hills isn't haunted by ghosts. It's haunted by history. And on that evening, when we walked inside, we didn't meet spirits. We met something worse. Whatever the building remembers, whatever it holds on to, it didn't forget we were there.